Hey everyone, welcome to our presentation. So my name is Nick, I'm the CEO of Doc, and I'm joined today by Mike, our head of engineering. So we're pretty tight for time. Mike is clearly the star of the show, so I'm going to pass to him for most of the event just to show you guys what we've been working on. Super brief intro to Doc. We're a company of about 18, and we've been focused on building in the identity space for about 6 years. And our focus is to enable organizations to issue claims or attestations that can be instantly verified. So basically credentials. These credentials can take many forms. They can be forms of identity, they can be a KYC document, they can also be a license or some kind of academic achievement. And so why should you guys care about that? Well, I think most people here are clear that Polygon has a lot of advantages over many other chains today. So scalable, high throughput, pretty low in cost, but when you start trying to use some of the infrastructure, at the moment it's a little more complex than some people would like it to be. It can take a little bit longer to stand up applications. And so what Doc have been working on is integrating or enabling our API to issue credentials on Polygon ID. So I'm going to stop waffling now. I'm going to pass over to Mike, and he's going to take you through what we've been working on. I hope it's useful. Thanks for attending.
Yeah, so basically what we've taken is Polygon ID, which we've heard a lot about today. And if you saw Sebastian's thing earlier, you saw you have to stand up an issuer node, you have to stand up this and that. There's actually quite a few pieces you need to configure for yourself. We have a REST API for issuing credentials, so we've just taken hopefully all that hard work away, and all you have to do is interact with REST API. So if you understand REST, you can hopefully now issue a Polygon ID credential. So I'm just going to really quickly walk through what the REST endpoints look like, what some of the messages look like. I was going to do a live demo, and then it was taking too long to go through all the details for the time we have and that kind of thing, and demo God, so I figured I'd just do slides. But we do have a repo that you can take a look at. This is a public repo. Feel free to clone that, play with it. It's a very simple app. So you can then go through that. Everything I talk about is in here. And there's a quick start guide that if you want to follow the quick start guide in that repo, it'll tell you exactly do this, do this, do this, do this. Really it boils down to 4 pretty simple steps to get you a credential issued through our API against Polygon ID. So I'm just going to walk through each of these one by one. First thing is signing up for Doc. So we have Doc Certs, which is our no-code solution as sort of a front end, so you don't even have to use an API. You can just manually go type in details and issue a credential if you want. But it's also how developers get their keys. So you go in, sign up for a free trial, and then you create an API key, basic as any other REST API you've ever created with. Go get your API key, copy it, and then update the .env file. We're using an XJS. It's an XJS demo project that we've got here. So you set that, and that's just getting signed up. So that's easy. This is what the demo app looks like. Basically, it's going to go through 3 steps, which is creating the Polygon issuer. So it's getting a Polygon ID DID. Very simple. Enter a name. It goes in and does it. Now, creating the DID is actually a 2-step process. The first thing is creating the DID. So that goes and creates a Polygon DID. So we've got this create DID method endpoint here, which is really, really basic. All you really need is the this body right here. So it's baby jub is the key type, and we identify it as Polygon ID because we also have other DID support. So just make sure which one you're doing. You send that in, you get a DID back. Simple as that. Really straightforward. So that's creating the Polygon DID. You can actually just kind of skip the next piece. The next piece is we provide profiles, so you can have details about the DID. So what is it? Company name, a logo, description, all that kind of stuff. So it gives us a little more context to your DID, more than just being a DID. So that's the next one, which again looks pretty similar. And like I said, you get a name. I only put the name and the description in this one, but you can have a logo. Like I said, logos need to be base64 encoded. It's got to be text for us to store it. And the endpoint, again, very straightforward. Throw that in. Everything, all these calls have a Doc API token. It's the header security we're using at the moment. That's pretty straightforward there. And then so the next step now you get your profile is to actually create a credential. So you don't actually create the credential right away. What you're actually creating is a claim request. So this is the structure of what the credential will be, but you need some data back from the folder. So this is, in this case, it's just going to be the ID that we need back, and the date of birth we're going to just enter for them. So the example here, we're doing KYC age credentials, a very basic credential. Polygon ID is one of the schemas in the test cases that you can just download. For simplicity, we grabbed that. I'll talk about schemas in a minute in more detail, but for simplicity is one for a very hard-coded one. So when you're doing the credential claim request, so you have to set a few things. So what data do you need? So you need the schema name. So obviously this is the URL, so schema is stored. This is the Polygon ID one. You could use your own, you can write your own. Like so, I'll do one in that minute. This claims field is really important. So this is what data you need back from the folder. So in this case, we're just asking for their ID, which will be the folder's did. So Polygon did, or did key, whatever they happen to have. That's very important. And then a little more details, like the issuer profile I did. So this is the one we just created. Schema again, then the name of the credential, subsequent the type field. And then these are the details about the KYC. So you've got your birthday, which in this schema is an integer. So I think the general usage is just do like 2023, 03, 05, whatever. So year, month, day jammed together. And document type is, there's a number of different document types in the list for the schema. I don't actually remember what this one is, but 3324 is the one that got hard-coded in there. And that's it, really. The distribute true is just sort of to let us know you're going to be distributing this automatically through. So it's just a flag for us. We do have a range of other options for this that you can select depending what you want to do with our system. We can persist the credential for you, create an anchor on the blockchain for you for it, a whole bunch of stuff. If you check out our API docs, we go into all the detail of all those sorts of things. I won't spend too much time on that, but yeah, there's a whole lot of other options, but these are the bare minimum we need. So you do that. Oh, I'll talk about schemas now. Yeah, that claim request will obviously create the thing. I'll come back next, but as I mentioned, schemas, we've hard-coded the KYC thing. You can, if there's one you already know, like I know Sebastian was talking earlier about creating a schema registry on an IPFS, which I think is awesome. I think we need this because that is something we're running into is everybody does KYC differently, everyone does a university degree differently, and they should be things we can agree on. So let's get those standards kind of going. So you can reference one of those, or you can create your own. We have our own template builder, a schema builder in our tooling, which is very similar to the schema builder that Sebastian showed on the screen earlier too. So either way you want to do it can work. All you have to do is make sure you get that public URL at the end for where the schema is stored, and then put it in. So you can use ours, you can use Polygon's, doesn't matter, whichever one works for you. All right, so we've got our credential request. The last piece is actually to share the URL. So what you'll get back in the body of that claim request is pretty long JSON, but the key one is the QR URL property in that, which is what this ugly string is here. If you share that with the holder, so the person who's going to receive this credential, they can click on that. And when they click on that, if I can actually get placed down, they'll get presented with the Polygon ID import flow for the wallet. So this, again, we've seen this in a lot of the demos already today. You scan to authorize your wallet with it. You do that. This is where the DID gets connected in. Once you've authorized, authenticated, which looks like this, you go through, but I know everyone was in here 5 minutes ago, just saw this previous demo. And then it goes back with the actual claim QR link. So this, again, they scan us through your wallet, hit go, you go through the same process, get presented with, so-and-so is trying to give you a KYC credential, you accept it, yes you do. It goes as it imports it in. And that's basically it. Now you have that credential in the wallet. So really, pretty simply, it's at most 4 API calls is all you're going to do, and sign up for a key at the start, and boom, no big setting up any VMs of your own, no containers of your own, just hit some REST endpoints and you're good to go. Could be as short as 10 minutes kind of thing to kind of get it going. So that's sort of all we wanted to show you guys was that. Obviously, again, here's a QR code for the demo app, if you want to scan that. And then we've got some other links in here. So certs, which is where you sign up. So I can scan that. See someone scan it. And then the last one is our API docs. So if you want to get into our API docs, you can grab this QR code as well. And that's it. And yeah, so public repo, so please take a look. Everything I've said is basically documented. The slide deck is in there. I think that's pretty much it. Any more questions, anyone?
Thank you very much. Very interesting.
Well, thank you so
for
much.
that.
Cheers.